contact here. Lost my feed. Let's see if I can get it back here real quick. Oh, it's taking forever. Taking forever. Come on. Says I'm live with YouTube now.
So find about a crime when it came up to the time. When I put all of the lane, why these niggas steady slate? Why they changing for some change? I'm just in a different lane. They was speaking on my name, but these niggas never noticed me. Singing like I'm Jodeci. I done broke bread with niggas that was just sad that was close to me. Now I'm born like I'm supposed to be. Never just to open see. Niggas act like they local G. Niggas talk they ain't local crew. Young nigga had a state rope. Seen a nigga make coke. Came back here fake dope. Young nigga had to wait both. Wait back when I roll thing. Niggas talk nigga no man. Know the top with the whole thing. Young nigga started cocaine. Quit my G when I got 2 bands. Told little body I don't need no hand. Taking a second, I do my dance. Slide down the block out when it can. Young rich nigga, I do my thing. Niggas talk no chain. Young nigga, I got my thing. Came back, my cop no range. Niggas talk there and told no slugs. Niggas be mad and put on cuz. Niggas talk there and know what it was. Young nigga, I can't do good. Came back, niggas know my dog. Young back now, caught so small. Niggas talk there and make no call. Running back, now they run for the law. Young nigga came back from Louisville. Niggas talk they ain't know what it is. When I came back from it twice, and I spent back on these kids.
Hey, Joe, they're running over there. I'm gonna leave you. Are you good?
Hey, what's up, everybody? J118 protest, Louisville, Kentucky. Down here at Injustice Park, Breonna Taylor Park, Jefferson Square Park, whichever you prefer. There was a rumor of an announcement happening at 2 p.m. yesterday. It didn't happen. There was a rumor of an announcement today, 2 p.m. And it didn't happen. This hasn't happened thus far.
Everybody chill! There's a distraction! Everybody chill!
The latest rumor is now tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. All these are, again, predominantly rumors. None of it is indefinitely confirmed information. But, nonetheless, the park is calm today. A decent number of people out, maybe 150 kind of spread. I'll get you a little, wide shot. Probably about 150 people spread out. Just kind of mingling. But yeah, no decision has come down today, so I assume it probably isn't going to but just wanted to go ahead and do a quick live and kind of update y'all, let you know what's going on, give you a lay of the land here in the park. We got the Breonna Taylor Memorial here. This is the second or third rendition of it. LMPD has never come to take it down, but some of the signs have kind of gotten water damage and the like, needed to be replaced. So this is constantly changing with new banners, flowers. These little tombstones were added a few weeks ago. Every single one of them have a name on it. Breonna Taylor has one herself. Tamir Rice. A lot. So yeah, just everybody hanging out, awaiting an announcement, but it doesn't really seem like it's going to be coming today. Why stay here at at Injustice Park because Injustice Park has been the protest zone for 118 days. So why would we abandon it now? It is only 3 p.m. You are correct. Thank you for that information. I mean, business hours are over in an hour, so it's really not that early. Alright, I'm gonna sit y'all down for a second and adjust my plate carrier because I am wearing it today.
Didn't do nothing but provoke the people. Just come with the decision already. All this unnecessary stuff, the city looking like a third world country, we don't need all this. That's just provoking. Just like they wanted to come in day before yesterday and get the piano. What is that piano bothering anybody? Ain't nobody going to pick it up. They sent a dump truck through here to get it. So I think they provoking and, you know, we trying. We out here trying and we waiting. But it shouldn't take this long. It just shouldn't. It's not right.
Rosie, if a decision isn't announced today, what is your plan for the rest of the evening and the rest of the week?
Well, we just gonna wait till the decision is gonna be announced. We're not going nowhere. You know, we're gonna be here for the long haul. We're not going nowhere, but we're gonna try to keep it peaceful.
I've noticed, you know, I've been coming down.
All right. I see there we got an update for the Trump. I'd rather go to that. Let's see if I can find it real quick here, you guys. Let's see where it's at. Let me see where it's at. I just seen it on the news here. Hopefully I can get it brought up here real quick. I hate trying to find stuff on here. I see it on my other one, my other feed, but then I have to go to here to get it so I can bring it up to you guys so you can see it. All kinds of stuff going on. I'm looking for it. I know it's around here somewhere. Let's see. Sometimes I can get right to it. And then there's times it takes me forever to find anything. Go figure, right? That's why I say if I can get somebody to help with me with these things, I would be so grateful. Come on. What is this? This is live. Ah, shoot. Why can't I find it? It's right here. Should be right here. And it's not. You know what I mean? If I can get people to help me with this, I'll tell you what, I would be so grateful. I would be so grateful, man. Let's see here. It's President Trump. Come on. It's more important than all this other stuff. It's like, how do I refresh some of this crap? Let's do this way. I'm going to refresh it this way, see what happens. Aha! Maybe not.
President Trump, for his part, just released a list, the new list, just like he did in 2016. He told the American people if there were openings on the Supreme Court, he'd draw from that list, and I was there every step of the way when he did just that and kept his word. I hope you all can see how clear this choice is, man. I mean, the truth of the matter is that we got 42 days to keep America headed on the right track, because we know what they'll do. I mean, they're driving to not only hold the House, but they're trying to win the Senate and win the White House. I said before, the stakes have never been higher, the choice has never been clearer. Now, Joe Biden at his national convention said that democracy is on the ballot. Remember that? Well, I can tell you, I think our economic recovery is on the ballot. I mean, think about it. As our economy is standing back up after the worst pandemic in 100 years to strike our nation, I mean, who do you want in the White House? Someone who presided over the slowest economic recovery since the Great Depression, or a proven job creator in the White House for 4 more years? Our economic recovery is on the ballot. Joe Biden says democracy is on the ballot, but I think law and order is on the ballot as well. But, you know, before I leave you, I do want to tell you, I actually think that there are things more foundational to this country that are on the ballot as well. You know, when the dust settles in this election, I think it's not going to be a matter of whether we're, as a nation, more Republican or more Democrat, whether we're more liberal or more conservative, more red or more blue. I think the choice in this election is whether America remains America. It's whether we're going to chart a course for our children and grandchildren that is grounded in our highest ideals of freedom and free markets and personal responsibility and individual liberty, or whether we're going to take that hard left turn that Joe Biden and the radical left would have us take down. So I got to tell you, New Hampshire, we got to decide right here and right now that Joe Biden will never be president of the United States. We're going to re-elect President Donald Trump for 4 more years.
Yes. 4 more years.
I mean, I got to tell you, it really is great to be here at the Laconia Municipal Airport. And I'd have landed my plane here, but we needed just a little bit more runway. But I'm grateful that you came out. But you know, I got to tell you, I hope you leave here today and tell the story of what you heard today. See, I was out at Laconia Airport. I ran into Mike, and he was talking about the choice we face. Just tell him I said 4 more years means more jobs. Tell him I said 4 more years means more support for our troops. 4 more years means more judges. And you tell him I said I think it's going to take at least 4 more years to drain that swamp. We've got 42 days to go, and it's on, New Hampshire. So I need you to bring it. Bring all of this enthusiasm that you brought out to the airport today. I can tell you, you know, it was 4 years ago and a little bit more time. I got the phone call to join this ticket. The President and I didn't know each other very well at all. I'd met him a couple of times. Seen him on TV. But honestly, You know, I've worked shoulder to shoulder with this president every day. And I can tell you firsthand, men and women in New Hampshire, there has never been a day, even on the day, on unprecedented opposition, every step of the way. There's never been a day that President Donald Trump didn't get up and fight for you. Now it's our turn to fight for him.
That's right.
And I know you will. The President and I both know the strength of this country isn't found in the marbled halls of Washington, D.C. It's found in places like Laconia. It's found in a place where live free or die isn't just a slogan, it's in your hearts. It's found in the timeless words of New Hampshire's own Daniel Webster, who said, and I quote, "God grants liberty only to those who love it and are always ready to guard and defend it." And so that's what I'm challenging you to do, because I really do believe that freedom's on the ballot in this election. I believe it with all my heart. And it's why I wanted to come up here to New Hampshire, just to challenge you to go out and tell freedom's story. Tell about everything that we were able to do in those first 3 years. And when you go, I encourage you to have faith. Have faith in our fellow Americans in this first in the nation primary state where you always play an outsized role in the direction of the nation. Have faith that just as they did in 2016, the people of America are going to see this election with clarity. They're going to understand the choice that we face. You know, I'm convinced that a study of American history teaches that every time the American people are given a choice between more freedom and less freedom, they choose more freedom every single time. So go talk to your neighbors and friends. And finally, in these times of great challenge in the life of our nation, where we seem to see more division than any time in my lifetime, I'd encourage you to exercise that other kind of faith too. If you're of a mind to bow the head or bend the knee from time to time, I'd encourage you to do that too. And on this one, I'm not so much asking for you to pray for a candidate or a team or the cause. You know, I truly do believe that there will always be more that unites us in this country than could ever divide us, and chief among those things is faith. So claim those ancient words, that if his people who are called by his name will humble themselves and pray and turn, he'll do like he's always done in much more challenging times in the life of this nation. He'll hear from heaven and he'll heal this land, this one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. So pray for America. Pray for all the American people. It'll make a difference. And I'm absolutely convinced that with your continued support, with all of this enthusiasm every day for the next 42 days, between now and November 3rd, we're going to make New Hampshire and America stronger than ever before. We're going to make New Hampshire and America more prosperous than ever before. And with President Donald Trump in the White House for 4 more years, with Corky Messner in a renewed Republican majority in the United States Senate, with Matt Mowers and Steve Negrin in a new Republican majority in the Congress, and with God's help, we will make America great again, again. Thank you all very much. God bless you, and God bless America.
Amen.
We've got a few people over here. Trump speaks. What does that feel like to know that you're going to be behind the president?
I think it's pretty cool, especially because I'll be on TV and all the things, and maybe he'll see it and see all the support.
Have you always been a Trump supporter?
Always.
What excites you about the president?
The pro-America agenda, and I think especially talking about bringing things back home to America and making America the great country it was.
What's the political climate like right here in Western Pennsylvania?
With the exception of like Allegheny County and in Allegheny County, the city of Pittsburgh and some of the surrounding areas, it's pretty Republican. I'm out in Westmoreland County in North Huntington, a very Republican area, so it's a pretty conservative area of the state.
Okay, yeah, this is my second time here, and I definitely get that vibe. I've been some places, Minnesota, where I was at last week. I saw a ton of Biden signs. I mean, I'm just going to be honest. It was like, yeah, in Minnesota, I was there. I saw a ton of Biden signs, but I also saw a city and a state that's struggling right now politically. This is the community, the energy, the vibe there is not very good. But the vibe here in Western VA is very like high energy. Like people feeling good, they're excited, they're fired up, and yeah, the energy feels good in here. So, how did you score tickets in the back to sit behind President Trump?
Well, somebody I know from church was able to get me into the VIP section, so I'm very thankful for that, and hopefully it's a good time.
All right, super cool. Well, thanks for let the audience know anything else you want to tell them.
I want to give a shout out to my family back home. They may be watching.
All right, sweet. All right, well, thanks for talking with us today. Yeah, guys, lots of excitement out here. See, I love that we can interview patriots as they walk in. They love us. We love them. Talking to people is just more fun. I mean, I studied communications in college. I like talking to people. I'm a social guy. And it looks like we got maybe another interview over here. Potential. My hat twin over here, maybe. He's pointing at me, so I don't know if he recognized me or what. But it's fun to be out here interviewing people. We've been, you know, as much as I like being up there on the risers with the rest of the press, I don't like being tethered to one space. So we might have to make this a regular thing, Joe. If you're watching, Joe, I know you're watching. We need to do this at every rally, Joe. We need to be out here talking to people. They want to talk to us. We want to talk to them. The viewers like seeing it. Speaking of the viewers, I need all of you to like this. I know that there's about 18,000 people watching right now. Please make sure that you like this stream, because the more people that like it, the more people that are going to see it. If you want to know the best way to get President Trump elected, the formula is simple. Subscribe to Right Side Broadcasting. Hit the bell notification so you get notified every time we go live. Share the live stream. Get it on Facebook. Get it to your friends and family. Text it to people. Put it everywhere. Put it on Parler. Send it to people. Blast it out. Because the more people that watch it, the more people are going to tune in and see what's really happening at President Trump's rallies. Don't have them watch Fox News. Fox News isn't going to show you the crowd. NBC's not going to show you the crowd. We are. And not only that, we're going to interview the crowd. We're going to show you what's going on out here. That's how you get President Trump reelected. You have to make the truth go viral. It's really that simple. And last but not least, you need to vote in person. That's the formula. So if you really want to get President Trump elected, I gave you the formula. Like, share, subscribe, hit the notifications, get the likes up. Also, donate to Right Side Broadcasting. We're almost entirely viewer funded, so your donations go a long way to sending us to these events. And they're going to be lined up. We did 2 yesterday in Ohio. We got 1 tonight. There's 1 on Thursday. We've got them lined up. And there's going to be tons more between now and November 3rd. Maybe 100. Who knows? Your donations go a long way to getting us there. You can donate via Super Chat. You can donate to our physical address. You can go to www.rspnetwork.com/donate. And then last but not least, vote in person. And that's how we're going to get this president reelected. But we cannot do it without your help. We're in this together. on the right side of history, doing the right thing, which is telling the truth, restoring some integrity to the media, and we're just letting people know what's going on out there. How you doing? What's going on? What brings you to this event today?
Well, we're representing 40 sheriffs throughout the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania that are endorsing the re-election campaign of President Donald J. Trump and Vice President Mike Pence. There are about 20 of us here today from all over the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. We understand today that the President's going to announce our endorsement, and we couldn't be prouder or more honored to be here.
Absolutely, yeah. It's exciting. President Trump has done a lot. He stands behind law enforcement, as do we. Law and order is so crucial. It's so important to this country. What are your thoughts just on the general climate right now? Because I know that law enforcement's getting a bad rap. You know, there's a lot of tension right now. So what are your thoughts on how we can unify the country and really bring a law and order message?
Well, the law and order message is, as everybody knows, obey the law. And police and sheriffs have a job to do. They have to do their job. And for people to start pounding on them and swearing and yelling at them serves no purpose. It just doesn't. A good talk with everybody, like say you and I, we're just talking. That's how you solve problems. Yelling, screaming, beating on things, breaking windows, burning buildings, burning cars doesn't solve a thing. Somebody's got to pay for that, right?
It's almost as if their goal isn't to solve any problems. It's just to create problems, right?
You know who the people are that want to solve the problem, and you know the people that aren't. Those are the lawbreakers, and those are the people that need to be arrested.
Yeah, absolutely. I couldn't agree more. You guys look great in your uniforms. I'm glad you guys are out here.
Thank you so
We
much.
appreciate you for your service.
Thank you, guys.
God bless you all. Thank you. Right Side Broadcasting. Find us on YouTube, subscribe, and let's get the truth out there. Let's get this president reelected.
When the news cuts it out, you get the whole thing with them.
There you go. Sheriff Calderon from Elk County.
Elk County, yeah.
Right side of history. Love it. So you guys are from all different counties in the state?
Like he said,
20 different counties. That's
we have
amazing.
about 40 individual sheriffs endorsed President Trump. So I think because of the distance, only about 20 of us made it here tonight. But we're proud to endorse President Trump and look forward to 4 more years.
Anything else you guys want to say? The floor is yours.
Listen, here's the deal, and it's a simple analogy. The problem we have right now, everybody thinks they have to get along. Everybody has to agree with everybody's opinion, and if it's not your opinion, there's a battle. We need to communicate, we need to compromise. What we need to do, getting along and agreeing on the same opinion, that's
right.
easy, that's nothing. Where the difficulty comes in that we need to work on, when we don't agree on something, is respecting each other to have a difference of opinion and find a common ground.
Amen.
I couldn't agree more. God bless you.
That's right.
God bless.
Thank you. You love to see it. Sheriffs from 20 counties across the state of Pennsylvania came here because President Trump will be announcing their endorsement of him. And this is an occurrence all over. This isn't just conservative areas. This is liberal areas. Chicago police have endorsed President Trump. At this point, I imagine every police officer, all law enforcement is endorsing President Trump. Why? Because the left wants to abolish him. They think the best way to make our community safer is by abolishing law enforcement that keep communities safe. It makes absolutely zero sense, but that's what they're about, making 0 sense and promoting a candidate that makes 0 sense. And that's why President Trump's going to win re-election. My hat twin. We're hat twins. What's your name?
My name is Edward X. Young, E-D-W-A-R-D, middle initial X for Xavier, last name Young, Y-O-U-N-G.
What brings you here?
I came all the way from Point Pleasant, New Jersey, 392 miles. I came here after work yesterday. I drove all night because, you know, the election is 6 weeks away. Someday these rallies are going to end. This is the most amazing thing in the history of American politics. Let's face it, it's true. Donald Trump, President Trump, he's our first, well, Donald Trump is our first rock star superhero president. He's the real life Tony Stark. They should call him President Iron Man.
We've never seen anything like this. In my lifetime, I've never seen such support for a president. it's incredible. It's because President Trump has the it factor. The guy the Democrats are running, he has no energy. That's why they call him low energy, Sleepy Joe. I mean, even Obama had energy. People actually were enthusiastic about him. Bill Clinton had the it factor. The guy they're running has no it factor, but you've never seen the it factor like you have President Donald J. Trump.
I'll tell you, I was in Manchester, New Hampshire before the COVID virus struck at the last big rally I attended, which was February of this year. I think it was February 10th, the day before the New Hampshire primary. Now, Donald Trump was running unopposed. He had a rally up there, and it was like 8 degrees. He had a rally at the SHNU Arena, which they were able to fit 16,000 inside, and yet over 40,000 remained outside to watch it to the TV screens. I waited there for 24 hours to get in. On the same day, Joe Biden was having a rally in Manchester, and he was on the ticket. He was running to win his primary. He had his rally in a bowling alley, and 135 people showed up. I mean, forget it. I mean,
I bet half of them were there to bowl.
Probably. Idle curiosity seekers, like in the old days. You're too young to remember, but it's like the freak show, the sideshow of a carnival. Let's see the chicken boy. Let's see like the lobster man. You know, I mean, but you know, it's not just Donald Trump being an exciting president. Let's face it, people are excited because President Trump saved America. We were going down. We were sinking gradually under 8 years of Obama's reign of terror. And you know, we should be grateful for Barack Hussein Obama, because if it wasn't for Barack Obama, there would be no President Trump. I'm old enough to remember, ever since the Vietnam War, the liberals, the hippies, the radicals were saying, come on, give peace a chance. Let's just imagine. Well, you know, we were afraid to go all the way, but finally with Obama, we did it. This nation needed to experience the madness, insanity, and evil of unrestrained liberalism. And when they finally tasted the horror of the coming Marxist revolution, they realized we have nobody to help us except for Donald Trump. And I truly believe, I'm not joking, I truly believe President Trump was sent by God to ensure that Abraham Lincoln's promise that a government of the people, by the people, and for the people shall not perish from the face of this earth. And yeah, he's a sinner and he isn't perfect, but you know, if you read the Bible, neither was Moses or David or any of the apostles.
100%. One of my favorite things to say is God doesn't make mistakes. God brings everybody together. Truth, freedom, and love and happiness bring us together. God bless you. Thank you. Oh, guess we got to move, guys. We're not allowed to be in this area. We're a traffic jam and everything. And I want to make sure that I do this delicate balancing act, which is balancing the chats here as well as the chats in person. The chats online, chats in person. I want to make sure I'm giving you guys shout outs. I want to read your super chats. Make sure I'm interacting with everybody. The problem that I'm having is similar to the problem I had last night, where I can't really get reception here. We're usually able to connect to Wi-Fi, and the Wi-Fi just hasn't been working. It could be my phone. So I'm going to try to rectify that. Now that I have Alex here, we can take turns here, because I do want to make sure I'm staying on top of the super chats and reading everything here. Alex, you want to take over for a sec? I'm just going to reset my phone.
Of course. Now, that gentleman we just interviewed a few minutes ago, I actually got the privilege of interviewing him a few months ago out in Scranton, Pennsylvania, and quite the story that guy had. He was in front of Trump Tower, and people had lit his jacket on fire. He has been assaulted. Quite the story, and it just shows the kind of stuff that Trump supporters are up against. A lot of times people want to fight them. They don't agree with them. It's not what used to happen, where you have a nice, reasonable discussion about it. These days, you got to face a lot of stuff sometimes. You got a little bit of violence going against you. Now, looks like we can see Sean Parnell a little bit over there. It's a little hard. There's so many people out here today. A lot of people coming out to see President Trump. People waiting hours, days, sitting outside. It's Pennsylvania, so you get a very interesting array of weather conditions. So today, right now, it's probably about 75 out, a little bit warm. But at night, can be 30s. Gets kind of cold, so you never know really how to prepare. But has not stopped people from coming out to support President Trump, just showing out all their support over there. And it looks like there's Sean Parnell over there shaking a few hands and meeting some of his supporters. We're right, I'm not really exactly sure if we're in his district or right by it, but it's very close to it. And this is going to be a big swing district this election. The media is counting him out, but he has a very good shot, polling dead even with Conor Lamb. And polling typically doesn't favor the GOP because they tend to poll a lot more Democrats, or the questions are skewed every which way. They poll usually somewhere between 6 and 12% more Democrats, depending on the poll that you look at. But Sean Parnell polling right now very much even with Conor Lamb in a swing district that President Trump won only 4 years ago. Now we'll see whether or not he wins. He is a very good candidate. Again, saying that he's been wounded 3 times. He spoke at the RNC, a very empowering speech. You didn't have a lot of that at the DNC. You had a lot of actors, you had a lot of activists, not really people who had served and fought for their country, not people that were average, everyday Americans that knew what it was like to just be an average, ordinary American. You had millionaires, you had billionaires, all of these Hollywood celebrities throwing out their support for Joe Biden, who didn't really even know he was at the DNC that night. But you had all of these people out there supporting Joe Biden who could not relate to an average, everyday American. Yet in President Trump's RNC, you had people out there who could relate, people who had been an average, everyday American, people who might have been a victim to the mainstream media or the Democrats, such as Nick Sandmann, who was the product of a very big fake news story by CNN. And it looks like Sean Parnell is starting a chant, 4 more years. A lot of people out here ready to support him. It looks like he's got a lot of name recognition out here in Western Pennsylvania, a big celebrity out here. I got the chance to meet him twice. He is a very incredible man, a very genuine guy. And in my personal opinion, he would do very well in Congress, fighting against the Democrats, the do-nothing Democrats, and Nancy Pelosi and her hair blowout. He would do a very, very good job in Congress. He knows what it's like. He can relate to all of us out here in America. A very intelligent man, a guy who's a fighter. But he's got a lot of people around him right now. And a lot of people are coming in here right now. It's looking like we're going to get thousands of people here today. The media probably not going to report the accurate number. Again, I was in Reno about a week ago, and they had said maybe 5,000 people showed up. And I was there. And President Trump said that there were 25,000 people there. And I'm thinking, there's no way that we just have 5,000 people here. We turned the camera, we showed everybody what was going on, and there were a lot more than 5,000 people there. It was probably about 25,000 people there to support President Trump. But it looks like we're going to try to get a Sean Parnell interview here. We're going to do our best, actually. But he's right there speaking with supporters. And we're gonna do our best to get an interview with him. But he out there, great, very nice guy. Like I said, I've gotten the chance to meet him a few times. He's a very, very nice guy. Taking a lot of pictures with people. But we're gonna do our best to get an interview with him. Now, a lot of people coming in here from lots of different places. Like I said, we've got people coming in here from out of state. We've got people driving here hours to see him, President Trump. We don't have that with Joe Biden, but you know, we've got a lot of people trying to do that for President Trump, and it is quite the thing. Saying that he's not going to win the election, that he has no enthusiasm and no support, but yet you have thousands of people coming to see him all of the time, and you've got a lot of friendly supporters coming to see him all of the time. And it's quite the thing to watch the polls and how wrong they were in 2016, saying that Hillary was going to win in a landslide, that she was going to destroy him. He had no way to win Michigan, Wisconsin. She didn't even campaign in Wisconsin, but saying that he's going to win, and he won't win in Wisconsin, he won't win Michigan, he won't win Pennsylvania, all of which went to him. In Pennsylvania, he won by about 40,000 votes. He won Wisconsin, 27,000. Now we're going to try to get an interview with Mr. Parnell here right now. Okay. All right. He's over there still speaking with a lot of support. He's got a lot of support here in Western Pennsylvania. This guy, he has got that name recognition out here. But we're going to try to get an interview with him. But Very famous guy out here. There he is right now taking a couple more pictures. We're going to see if we can get him. But so many supporters. I don't know if I can really describe what it's actually like here because there are so many people here. The energy is amazing. So many people came out to support the president. But the energy here right now is undescribable. I don't know if I can really explain it, but we're going to try to get an interview. All right, that sounds good. So it looks like we'll have an interview coming up with the Congress guy who's running for Congress, Sean Parnell, PA 17th Congressional District. Again, a war hero. He was a captain. He was wounded 3 times, and he is a big figure out here in Western Pennsylvania. So it looks like he's doing another interview with another news company right now, but we will likely be able to get that interview with him saying that he would like to interview with us. We're going to try to do that very, very soon. But for right now, we're going to talk a little bit about some of the crowd that we got here, some of the things that are going on around us. So many people decked out in Trump gear, stuff that you don't really see walking down the street because so many people are afraid to really voice their opinion. I mean, I wouldn't wear stuff out in public just because I'm afraid. I go to college. I'd be afraid to be assaulted on campus, to have somebody punch me in the back of the head. I've seen a lot of videos online of people just getting beaten for supporting him, people being pepper sprayed, kicked, having things thrown at them. I would be afraid, but that has not deterred a lot of these people. And the word I would use to describe a lot of the people here: courageous, bold, and brave. Those 3 things, I think, really describe the picture of what is going on here, because that's exactly what's happening. We've got people here, there are a lot of people cheering, chanting for their president, not afraid to show their support. People decked out in his attire, talking with each other, and we've got the fake news making them out to be monsters right now. All I've seen are people laughing, enjoying the whole day. They make this a whole day experience. It's quite the experience. And you're going to see the fake news tomorrow say something about the supporters. Say they cheered at this. They booed at this. But that's exactly what they do as the mainstream media. They make things up and they try to paint things as something awful when in fact it's really not. I mean, they just make things up on the spot, and they give Joe Biden a total free pass. I mean, the guy called himself his own husband. So they just give him a free pass. I'm excited to see what's going to end up happening in these debates that come up a week from today, whether or not he'll even do these debates, because there's a lot of question on whether or not he even can. He's been getting caught in a lot of interviews lately reading just straight off a teleprompter. You can see when he's on The Late Show with James Corden, he's reading off the teleprompter. You can see the reflection when they were going over some of the family photos. You can see the teleprompter's reflection in it. So he can't even be genuine on a talk show, which is where you're supposed to show just how genuine you are. He can't even do a simple talk show. He can't do a Q&A with the fake news where he has the questions in ahead of time and he has the answers already on a teleprompter. He can't even do that. Just imagine, think of that, what President Trump is going to do when he opens his mouth on the debate stage. When Joe Biden says something blatantly crazy or very wrong. I mean, for instance, his numbers are never correct, not even in the ballpark. He said 150 million people died of gun violence. And then he said 200 million people died of COVID. So the country currently has 328 million people in it. So according to Joe Biden, we have a negative amount of people in the country based on his logic. I don't know where he's getting his numbers. Probably Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. But very wrong on the numbers. The military, he said we've had over 6,000 people in the military die of COVID. The real number is 7. And no, not 7,000, not 700. 7. His numbers, incredibly off. The man doesn't know what state he's in. He's in Iowa, and he says he's in Ohio. The man confuses his wife with his sister, and the media gives him a free pass on all of it. They ignore it. He accidentally endorsed Donald Trump. Then he announced he was running for Senate. He said, I'm Joe Biden, I'm running for the United States Senate. He said he was against NAFTA, and then when he was reminded that he voted for NAFTA, Then he praised USMCA, of course not giving Trump any credit, saying it was the Democrats. But Joe Biden, again, does not have an original thought in his head. He has not been able to stick with any position at all. And, the media just goes easy on him. He was on ABC's town hall, or President Trump went on the ABC town hall with George Stephanopoulos. George Stephanopoulos was the director of Bill Clinton's communications when Bill Clinton was president. So President Trump is going into the lion's den. They're not going to be easy on him. The people in the audience are handpicked. They're not going to be fair to him. But yet, President Trump goes on ABC and he talks to them anyways, and he gives them the time of day. And in my opinion, he rocked that. And then Biden goes on CNN with Anderson Cooper and he does a town hall where the attendees also handpicked. He's got the questions, he knows the answers, and yet he still messes it up. It just shows that Joe Biden, how can we have a commander-in-chief that doesn't know what state he's in? He can't form a sentence, a thought. It's remarkable that is who, I think it's elder abuse that the Democrats even considered making him their nominee. And now we have the late Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg. We're trying to worry about filling her seat in.
Where's your camera?
I'm sorry?
Where's your camera at?
Right here.
Girlfriend's at home.
All right. I hope she's watching RSBN.
She usually starts pretty early in your broadcast.
Well, that's fantastic. Thank you so much for watching us. Well, I appreciate that. We got to show the crowd. We got to show what people are saying genuinely without choosing people based off of how they look or how they might sound, how they'd fit a narrative.
Well,
we got to interview real people.
You didn't flag me down. I just wandered up.
No, you just wandered up. I don't know. I've never met you.
You have no
I've never met you.
what I'm about to say.
A little scary, but well, thank you so much for watching, and thank you for your girlfriend for watching. We appreciate that.
My girlfriend likes you. My girlfriend likes you.
Well,
Mike.
well, hopefully we get that interview with Sean Parnell very soon. Hopefully he's about done with the other one, but we're going to start looking for him in a few minutes if we can't find him, because we really want to get that interview with Sean Parnell. Again, quite a guy, quite an amazing figure. We are with Right Side Broadcasting. We are a not fake news company. We actually show the crowd size. Yesterday, during our Ohio rally, President Trump retweeted us because we filmed the entire crowd when the fake news refused to do so. So he retweeted us on Twitter for that.
Very awesome.
So, and I think a lot of times when people think of the news, they think that we're all fake. We're all liberal hacks in the mainstream media. But you know what? I think we're proof that that's not the case. We like to show what people actually have to say. We interview people in the audience. We show well, we didn't get to today, but normally we'll show the people outside. We'll show the overflow. And we don't edit what President Trump says at all. He says it, and we show it exactly how he says it. If he says something, that's how we portray it, however he said it.
Perfect.
So I highly encourage you to come watch us. We're Right Side Broadcasting Network. We're a news company that, again, we show all of this.
And where do we find you?
You can go to rightsidebroadcasting.com, I believe, and you can also find us on YouTube, RSBN. You can look us up. Sometimes we don't come up in the YouTube search results because, surprise, surprise, we know who that company might not like too much. We appreciate them for letting us use their platform, but again, RSB Network, that is exactly it. All right, we'd appreciate all of your support. Thank you very much. Thank you. See, we so many people here today. I'm sorry?
You folks skipped out of Toledo last night, right?
It was around Toledo, yes.
You were there or were not?
I was not there, but we were there. Our company was there.
I looked all over the place for you folks.
Yeah? You weren't able to find us?
No. This is my 9th rally.
Oh, wow. I hope the search results aren't messing that up. Well, I apologize for all of that, but I appreciate you trying to look for us. Yeah, we were there yesterday.
I referred to several of my friends to the site, and they said they couldn't get on.
Well, usually we have a lot of foot traffic on the site, especially with donations. We've got a lot of people trying to come on. So depending on the time of day, and well, they're not we're not partners with them today, but we got a lot of people always trying to come on, especially during rallies. So it sometimes makes it a little bit slow, and you might not always be able to get on. But I encourage you guys to please keep trying. If you can't get on, please keep trying. But I appreciate all of your support and you trying to come on.
Has he still got us on air?
Yes, we're on air.
Okay. So I'm wondering, can he turn that off for a second?
We're not able to turn it off.
Okay, well then you get out of... I don't... Perfectly fine what I'm going to say, but I didn't necessarily want to
Well, I
Dana.
appreciate if you were PG.
No, it's not anything nasty, but I'd like to see you with your conservative values partner with somebody like United States Concealed Carry Association, which has 450,000 members, and U.S. Law Shield has 550,000, and partner with them because they're big, obviously, proponents of the Second Amendment, but and with your views, I think it would be a great partnership.
Well, I appreciate you saying that. Thank you very much. And I hope you can enjoy the rally today. It looks like it's going to be a good one. President Trump knows how to work a crowd.
Yeah, he does. He was unbelievable last night.
Yes, he was unbelievable last night. Yes. Well, thank you very much. It was nice to get to meet you, sir. Thank you.
Recognize. I mean, I picked you out from a long ways away.
I think it's the red hair, I think.
My girlfriend said she saw me, but I forgot. Hey, Carla. You should have came. You should have came.
You should have came, Carla. We've got... A rally is always a fun place to be. How could you not come to a Trump rally?
I'm telling you. By the way, you can give her a shout out all night long.
Thank you, Carla. Carla, I appreciate you viewing. All right. Oh, Mr. Parnell, would we be able to get an interview with you?
Yes. What do you need to do it now, or can I do it after? We've got to be up there in like 2 minutes.
Okay, well, we can do it after then, if that's okay.
I'll be right back.
Thank you.
Okay, I will do an interview with you.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. Well, Mr. Parnell will be doing an interview with us afterwards. He's about to speak in about 2 minutes, so we'll get to see what he has to say, and then we'll start to interview him and see what he has to say, ask him a few questions, hopefully about the race he's running, some of the optics that he's facing, whether or not he's facing an up or downhill battle, but we'll get that chance to interview him. It looks very likely, and that's a very exciting opportunity, so I encourage you all to stay on, keep watching, and listen to the interview. I hope it's going to be a good one. I think it's going to be a good one. He's a very good speaker.
Yeah. I think it's time to give you a break. I had my water break. You go get some water, man. Go around the corner outside and get some water. We got to stay hydrated here. It's the only way we can talk for 3-4 hours straight is we got to stay hydrated. And last night, unfortunately, there wasn't any water, but today there is. So I had to take care of my cameraman and take care of everybody. So now I'm back, guys. And the energy is just, it's incredible here in Moon Township, Pennsylvania. We're so excited for you to join us today on Right Side Broadcasting. Please, please, please make sure that you like, share, and subscribe. Hit the bell notification so you'll be notified every time we go live. I do want to do some donation hits. I want to give some shout outs to the super chats. I did reset my phone. I'm reconnected to the Wi-Fi. I got my life together. Let me just shift over here so the lighting's a little bit better here. You get a better view of this hat. I want to give some shout outs to the super chats here. We've got MQT. Pelosi in my native tongue means, oh, I don't know if I can read that one, but I do appreciate the super chat, MQT. We got Greg, 111520. Thank you for the super chat. We got Monica M with the super chat. And we got some new members. God bless every last one of you that's watching, everyone that donates. Again, if you want to donate, that's how we go to these rallies. We've got Jacksonville coming up Thursday, and then we've got Pennsylvania again on Saturday, I believe. We've got at least 3 rallies coming up, and Virginia was just announced today, too. I believe it's Newport News, Virginia. They're coming in so fast I can barely keep up. But President Trump will be all over this country between now and November 3rd, which is Election Day. 41 days stand between us and re-electing this president. This is the most important election anybody's ever going to vote in, and that's not up for debate. It's just the truth. So your donations go a long way to sending us to these events. We are almost entirely viewer funded. Please go to Right Side Broadcasting, rsbnnetwork.com/donate, and you can make a direct contribution. If you want to donate via super chat, you can do that. We appreciate it. However, YouTube takes 30% of it. We don't want to discourage you. If YouTube is your way to do it, we gladly take super chats. But if you want to send a donation directly to us, you can send it to our P.O. Box, which I don't have the address memorized yet. Don't kill me for that. But if one of the moderators wants to put that in the comment section, or if we can put a graphic up on the screen so that the viewers watching know how to donate to us. Your donations go a long way, guys. And I'm going to emphasize that quite a bit. as we await President Trump's arrival here in Moon Township, Pennsylvania. We've got a massive crowd already because this is a much larger hangar. We've already got probably 8,000 people here. I'm just guessing. And I think that the overflow section being so big, we're probably going to have several thousand more fill in as the day goes on, as the day progresses. It is a beautiful day here in Pennsylvania. The weather is perfect. Yesterday in Ohio was a little bit on the chillier side. It started out hot, but then it got cold really quickly. But today the weather is just, it's beautiful. And Pennsylvania is actually really like Western Pennsylvania. I haven't been to Eastern Pennsylvania yet, but Western Pennsylvania reminds me of my home state of Colorado. Just rolling hills, bluffs, beautiful, beautiful state. So we've got thousands of people in here excited for President Trump's arrival, which is, as I look at my phone here, less than 2 hours away. Time really flies. I really love interviewing people. It's been a blast. And people really enjoy it. People, now that we're up close and personal with them, they know that we're here. So people know Right Side Broadcasting's in the building. So hopefully they'll show some love a little bit when they inevitably turn around to chant at the media. They know that not everyone up on the risers is fake news, okay? We're not fake news. We're here to deliver the truth because it's the right thing to do ultimately. And let me see if we got more super chats have come in. Please donate. Thank you, CP380, for putting the link in the chat there for us. And if, for those of you watching on Facebook, I don't have access to Facebook. I know people are saying, like, why don't you interact with the viewers on Facebook? Guys, I've been banned on there. I've been blacklisted. I've tried to set up a new Facebook. I have a YouTube channel for those of you that want to find me and subscribe. It's Mikenificent. I'm on YouTube. I'm on Twitter. I'm on Instagram. Just type in Mikenificent813. I should pop right up. But I did have a Facebook page. I had almost 70,000 followers before they quarantined. You can still search for it actually and find it, but I can't make any posts. I've been blacklisted. I can't do anything with my Facebook since July. So unfortunately, I can't do anything there, and that includes interact with the chat there. Same goes for Twitter. I'm on Twitter as well, but I can't really interact there the way that I can on YouTube. So that's why, but I haven't forgotten about you guys. So this crowd is excited. It's exciting. Exciting energy out here as people are filling in. There's a big line outside, a huge line. There were views of the line earlier today. I think we got a video uploaded. I haven't been on Twitter. It's been a busy morning, but hopefully we got some great views of the line. The line was huge when we pulled up for media re-entry. There was a lot of people outside, but I imagine most of those people are already in here and the rest are lining up now. We're just hours away from President Trump's arrival in Western Pennsylvania, specifically Moon Township. We are excited. We're fired up. And it's because of your donations that we are here. Like, let's not lose sight of that fact. And now that we're taking a little bit of a break from interviews, I want to give some shout outs to people watching. Someone said, Sleepy Joe for the old folks home. Stay off Facebook, don't go there, said John Harden. Well, the thing is, John Harden, I'm a content creator, and there are people on Facebook, and my goal is to reach people. And if I don't go on Facebook, if I don't have a social media presence, how can people who are on Facebook hear what I have to say? How can they hear the truth? The fact is, there are a lot of people out there that believe the lies of the fake news. So in order to wake them up, in order for them to get a different perspective, shouldn't have a presence on there. I always have to tell people that. And for those of you that are hating in the chat, like, gosh, I wish you would find something better to do. There's quite a few of you in there just hating, you know. It's really sad that you would even waste your time watching this network. I mean, there has to be something else on planet Earth you could be doing besides hating on us. For those of you that love us, of course, make sure you hit the thumbs up so we can drown out the haters that have downvoted. We've got 23,000 people watching. We need 23,000 likes. 23,000 likes. So hit the thumbs up, guys. Please hit the thumbs up so that we can move up in the algorithm. So hopefully by the time President Trump takes the stage, we will be able to, hopefully by the time President Trump takes the stage, we will be able to reach more people. Let's reach our goal of 100,000 people watching. Last night we had 91,000 people watching. Let's reach 100,000 or more. And we've got some more people that want to interview here. Let's get her outfit here. This outfit is incredible. Love to see it. How are you doing?
I'm doing Trumptastic. How are you?
Trumptastic?
Yes.
I'm doing great. I'm excited to be out here in Moon Township, Pennsylvania. It took me a while to figure out how to say it. I was like, is it Moon Township or is it Moon Township? It's just different. The Moon Township, Pennsylvania. Where are you guys from?
I am from Western Pennsylvania, so I'm Westmoreland County, who took President Trump over the top here in Pennsylvania in 2016, and we're going to do it again.
That's right. That's right. What are you excited about as it relates to President Trump and getting a second term?
Oh my gosh, obviously, the first one is filling that seat, you know, the Supreme Court, you know, getting everything geared up, you know, getting the vaccines, getting people, you know, less afraid of going out and not wearing masks, which I refuse to. But, you know, I'm just looking forward to the next 4 years because the first 4 were amazing. Amazing. Even with COVID, he handled it perfectly.
What do you think about how the media, the fake news, not us, we're the real media, we're restoring integrity to the media by telling the truth. What do you think about them saying that he downplayed the virus and he got people killed? They blamed him for Herman Cain's death, just really disgusting things like where it makes you go like, who does that, right? What are your thoughts on them saying that he downplayed the virus?
Well, obviously, after trying to impeaching him, that didn't work. Everything they've thrown at him hasn't worked, so this is their last-ditch effort. But at the end of the day, he's the president of the United States. To keep us calm is his first priority. To keep us safe is his second, and that's exactly what he did. So I believe he is doing 100% of everything that he could have done and probably even more. So I'm very proud of him, and he's doing a great job, and I just look forward to the generations ahead of us that are going to benefit from everything that he's been doing.
Yeah, and one of the things that I like to say is, as it relates to his response to the virus, he downplayed the rhetoric of the virus so he didn't, you know, panic the population, but he upplayed the response. He closed off travel to China. He offered ventilators. We had the Mercy ship pulling in New York City, which was the epicenter. And turns out they didn't need it, and their governor was putting COVID-infected patients in nursing homes. So it's always the exact opposite of what is really true, right? That what they tell you is the opposite of what really happened. And if you look at his campaign events, like, look where we are. We're outdoors. We don't need to wear masks. There's no science behind wearing a mask outdoors. It just doesn't make any sense, right? And they've taken the proper precautions to keep everyone safe. I mean, you have to sign a waiver, a COVID waiver before you come here. They do temperature checks. They offer masks as well as hand sanitizers. They're always talking about keeping your distance and all that things, but still the media won't give him any credit for it.
You're absolutely right. And it's ironic that you say that because I just did a trip around the country, 7,538 miles, 21 states in 23 days, not wearing a mask, in a vehicle with my husband and my dog, and we did all of that, came home. Just imagine how many hotels, gas stations, foods, eating out, everything, people that we came in contact with. We came home and took the antibody test, and it came back negative. I've been on airplanes and everything else. I'm not saying that there's not a COVID epidemic or pandemic, but at the end of the day, I truly believe that he is doing exactly what he should have been doing. It is not. It is the media that hyped it. You know, 200,000 people that died. We already know that it has been proven that people were being signed off on dying of COVID, and they may have had it or may not have, and just had symptoms. So we truly don't know what that number is.
Some people died in car accidents, but happened to test positive for COVID before, and it was listed as a COVID death. I mean, can they get more blatantly dishonest?
Exactly. And how many people, their average was 81 years of age, and most of them here in Western Pennsylvania, for example, most of those people were all in nursing homes and hospice patients. So we truly don't know what they died of. You know, a lot of them, and even the coroners are fighting that too. So as well, the president did a great job in making sure that he secured the borders right off the top, and he was, you know, just taunted by everybody telling him that he was a xenophobe and he was, you know, a bigot and he was chasing after these races in these countries and everything else, and he wasn't. He knew where this was coming from, and he wanted to shut the stuff down immediately, and he did that, and he caught a lot of flack from Biden and the rest of the crew and the media and Pelosi, and they were just like, oh, you shouldn't be doing this, and now it's like, oh, you should have done more. Well, you know, the man could cure cancer right now, and they would still say that he did something wrong.
I'd say he didn't cure it 10 minutes ago.
No.
And are you talking about the same Nancy Pelosi that went and got her hair done without a mask? That same one?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. And when you walk into a hairdresser around here and they say, well, you have to wear a mask, and then we just say, oh, we're not Nancy. We're so sorry. Yeah, that same woman, you know, I had a woman from Australia last week ask me, she said, And I'm not saying this, I'm just saying that this woman from Australia watching our news, and she said, did she suffer from a stroke and not rehabilitate, or is she just drunk all the time? She's just an angry old lady, and that's how they're perceiving her right now, that she's crazy. Just crazy. And now she wants to impeach the president again. That didn't work the first time.
They're doing anything they can to kind of stonewall his Supreme Court justice pick, but it's going to happen, and she will be confirmed by the Senate, and that's just the way it's going to be. We're done with activist judges. We're done with that stuff, right?
We want what they come up against Amy Barrett with. Every one of them have already been confirmed. They've already been vetted. There's nothing, for Mitt Romney to come out of his rhino shell today and say that he was going to confirm the next. Yes.
Oh, I didn't know that. I've been busy all day. Mitt Romney?
Yes, Mitt Romney.
Wow.
He came out today.
Wow, that's crazy.
You look like President Trump when he found out that Ruth Bader Ginsburg died. He was truly astonished with that news. He really was.
We were actually at the Bemidji, Minnesota rally when, as he was speaking, I saw my phone blowing up, and I'm like, does he know? Because he was speaking, and I'm like, maybe he knew before he landed, because I mean he's the president, but he didn't. I guess he didn't know. I don't know, but it's crazy. Do you know who it's going to be?
I'm praying that it's going to be Amy Barrett. I really, truly am. She is ultra qualified, as all of them are. But I truly believe for my grandkids and my great-grandkids that she is the pick. I truly believe that. Yeah, she is a convicted person in her convictions and her moral beliefs as a human. But as a judge, she is exemplary in making sure that she adheres to the Constitution and the laws of our country. Not all of them are. She's just my pick. Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, God bless you. Thank you for coming out. I love the patriotic attire. It's just good. You love to see it.
My grandkids and my daughter bought these for my birthday today. So
that's great. I love the patriotism. It's just beautiful. It's fun to see.
And all of us, right?
It's fun to have my hat.
Go Trump. Go Right Side Broadcasting. When I'm not at a rally, this is who I'm watching.
Yeah. Thank you so much for your show. We need to get our voices out.
Yes, God bless all of you. See, American patriots smiling. The best energy is at a President Trump rally. It's just the truth. You go to a liberal gathering, they're holding up signs and frowning. It's always doom and gloom and unhappiness and hatred. There's never any love or unity there. There's unity here. It doesn't matter what your skin color is, who you married. Nobody cares. We love God, freedom, and country. That's it. It's it. It's that simple. Right? I just love it. And it's exciting. It's exciting. And we're going to re-elect this president in 41 days. And you can tell all your friends on the left that that's what's going to happen. Nothing can stop what's coming. Nothing can stop what's coming.
We love God. Yes, we love God.
Let's talk about God. Let's talk about God.
Okay. Let's talk. Let's. This is a biblical election. I think in the most important part. Never in my life, as a teacher, have I ever anticipated that I would entertain a conversation and use the words in one sentence, Marxist, communist, socialism, and protection of a constitution. I just can't believe that I am uttering all of that in the same sentence in this world. It just defies everything, your job, their job. I don't know why they're even, and I say they, because I'm looking up at the fake news. Everything will be non-existent. Like their paycheck, your paycheck, my teacher's pay, the teacher's pay. I just retired, but everyone will have to just get the status quo of what the government dictates to them, and say, even doctors. So anyone, even the unions, and this is just like, I'm behooved by the unions supporting Biden in this as well, only because once a Harris-Biden administration comes in, and the end goal is a new world order. We all know that. It's not even a secret. They come right out and say it since George Bush. So when they come out and say that, then we're going to have an America that's not an America anymore. We will have a new flag. We will not have our own flag. And I'm sure it's already made. When we look at the UN agenda 2030 even, we know what the end goal is. They wrote it out. And President Trump put a twist into their plans. And he's doing it for us. I thank God every night. This is about God. He is protecting us for our rights to worship. When you can open up a beer distributor, when you can open up and buy alcohol and liquor and go get your marijuana, whether it's medicinal or not, it doesn't matter. My point is, and
casinos, all the.
But close our churches, and then even like really pounce on everybody. We're seeing riots happen, and what happens? Everybody wants to say, oh, the Trump rally didn't have a mask on, and they want to go to church, and we're going to arrest everyone for it. That's appalling. And God's watching. God's watching how we rally together, because this is a great awakening for how we are going to worship Jesus, not just say his name, but claim it and walk with Christ. This is bigger, because we know other people worship the other. We know they're worshiping the enemy. We see it, we know it, you know it. And then you're called a loon or a conspiracy theorist. When they put it on their Instagram, they put it all over, okay? So
they mock God at every chance they get, and that's why I sing his praises, lift his name up every chance I get, and call out the evil. What we're seeing in our country, unfortunately, is a great deal of evil. It's spiritual warfare. There's a lot of spiritual wickedness, quite frankly. I mean, look at the Netflix document, the movie that just came out, the cuties, and just everything that they're doing. They're celebrating Trump supporters being murdered and a lot of like evil stuff. And you're seeing it so pervasive in our politics. Like, you know, Andrew Cuomo lit up the Empire State Building when they passed the late-term abortion. It's like these are bad things. But you know, we're on the right side of this debate. We're on the right side of history. We've got truth on our side. We've got love on our side. We've got unity on our side, right? Regardless of skin color or anything like that. And God is with us, ultimately. God is with us, and that's why we're going to win. God always wins.
But they want to pontificate to us what is right, what is wrong.
Exactly.
And at the same time, it's an oxymoron when you say you can do what you want, you have freedom, but we're going to tell you you can't go to church, you can't worship, you can't do this, you can't do that. I miss the part where we can't, but yet the riots, the protesting, and when it comes time to us going to church, when it comes time, what is wrong with talking about our Lord? What is wrong with talking about who Jesus is? Jesus saved everyone. And you know what? Regardless of what they say, he still loves them. They're still children of God. We're still on a mission to try and get them to turn around, because every day in our walk with Christ means that we're trying to win one more. But thank you.
Come together on this day that you have made. We are grateful to you for your hand of blessing upon this nation, for placing your hedge of protection around us, and preserving our freedom through the men and women who willingly paid the ultimate sacrifice. Your word tells us in Romans that you have set up civil authorities to minister to the good of your people. So we pray for our President, Donald J. Trump, and our Vice President, Mike Pence, whom you have entrusted in leadership of our nation at this moment in history. We pray that you will help them bring our country together, that we may rise above the partisan politics and seek your will for our nation. As they lead, have us have a reconciliation and healing to political wounds, so that we may truly become one nation under God. Give our President your wisdom and discernment to choose the Supreme Court justice that you have ordained to restore our nation's highest court. And remind us that you are the most supreme judge of all. You said in your word that if your people would turn from their wicked ways and pray, that you would heal our land. So Lord, tonight I join my brothers and sisters throughout our country to repent of our sins and ask you to heal our land. We thank you for loving us so much that you sent your only Son, that whoever will believe in him shall not perish, but have everlasting life. And you urge us to pray for our leaders and remind us that there is one God and one mediator between man and God, the Christ Jesus, who gave himself for a ransom for all people. And it is in Jesus' name that I pray and give thanks. And all of God's people said amen and amen.
Ladies and gentlemen, retired Marine Corps Brigadier General Dave Paypack.
Okay, well, good afternoon. Now tell me, this isn't one of those magic moments that you'll never forget and always give thanks for. And as he said, I'm a retired U.S. Marine, and it is my absolute honor to ask you to please rise. Face the flags behind me as we recite the words that pays allegiance and just thought and honor to our Pledge of Allegiance and to the flag and what it represents. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Amen.
Would you all please remain standing for this rendition of our national anthem by the lover of God and country, Tony Turner.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hail at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, please welcome to the stage radio and television star Rose Tennant.
Hi, everybody. Hey, are we guaranteeing a win from Pennsylvania or not this time? We so have this. We really do. All these sheriffs over there, thank you for your service and your support of this president. Ladies and gentlemen, we just celebrated 244 years of freedom. Our forefathers sacrificed so much so that we could have that. They didn't want to live under tyrannical rule, to have someone tell them how to conduct business, whether they could conduct business, or how to worship. Does that sound familiar right now? But I want to tell you something. They pledged to one another their lives, their fortunes, and their sacred honor. What they did for people they would never know. They did knowing that they would never fully appreciate that liberty. Ladies and gentlemen, they did what they did for all of you here right now. And ladies, We just celebrated 100 years of the right to vote. Yeah. And don't let anyone tell you that women don't support President Trump. Girls, you got it. I want to tell you something. The Susan B. Anthony and the Elizabeth Cady Stanton, they started that movement for your right to vote. They never had a chance to vote. They did what they did for a generation of people they would never know. So my question to you today is, can we pledge together to do all that is necessary to keep him in that White House for 4 more years?
Yes, 4 more years. 4 more years.
We do it for people we will never know. This is the greatest battle of our lifetime, and we fight it for liberty. We fight it for our children and their children. God bless you.
Let's give a big Western Pennsylvania welcome to Trump campaign Pennsylvania Chair Bernie Comfort.
Just kidding. How's Western Pennsylvania? As a proud Pitt grad, it is great to be home. You know, I have 2 jobs, the best jobs in the world. The first job is being a mom. And as Rose said, that's right, being a mom is cool. And I love my daughter Lucy to death, and I am doing this for her like all of you are doing this. We're fighting for the soul of our nation. And you know what? So is Donald J. Trump. Thank God for him. The other favorite job is serving as the chair of the Trump campaign in Pennsylvania. And you know, when I have an opportunity to talk with the president, he asks, are we going to win Pennsylvania? I know the answer, so let's tell him, are we going to win Pennsylvania? Well, you'll have an opportunity to tell him in just a little bit. But you bet we are. And you know what? Joe Biden is looking for his remote control in his basement. This Trump campaign has been working tirelessly in 67 counties in this great Keystone state. And you know, I've been in politics a long time and worked on hundreds of campaigns. And I can tell you, I've never seen the enthusiasm and excitement I've seen here. And honestly, I've never seen the amount of voter contact. Do you know that we're over 1 million doors in Pennsylvania? Over 7 million voter contacts and going strong. You know, you don't hear that anywhere else, but we're doing it here in Pennsylvania. We've registered thousands of new voters, and we have 100,000 volunteers, many who are here today. You know what we know? We know that Joe Biden is not right for Pennsylvania. Joe Biden might have been born in Pennsylvania, but he left a long time ago for the swamp in D.C. In fact, Joe Biden couldn't find Pennsylvania with 3 GPS apps. You know, he may lose his way here to Pennsylvania, but don't be fooled. He knows every back hall on Capitol Hill. That's right. And working moms like me, we participate in Zoom meetings all day, make our kids lunches, while dinosaur politicians like Joe Biden make backroom deals giving away hardworking Pennsylvanian jobs. So let me ask you, does Joe Biden represent your values? No. And you and I both know who does. President Donald J. Trump. So, you know, this race is close, and the far-left Biden supporters are working hard every day to make him look good. And I'm just talking about the news media. You know, we have 42 days left to win this election, and we will do it. But we must work together and harder than ever. You know, I'm an optimistic person, and I believe that President Trump is putting this nation on a path where my daughter and your children can grow up in a country where hard work matters more than the special interest group you belong to. We can grow up in a country where police officers are respected and rioters. That's right. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That's right. We can grow up in a country where parents have a choice where they send their children to school, and children are not defined by their zip code. We can grow up in a country where you can work hard and build the American dream. Ladies and gentlemen, we need to work harder than ever before for 4 more years. Thank you so much.
Let's put our hands together for the next Congressman from Pennsylvania's 17th District, Sean Parnell!
Thank you. Boy, thank you so much. Hey, let's do a cheer. Let's do 4 more years. 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 4 more. Well, thank you so much for being here tonight. It is a great day to be an American, is it not? So for those of you all that don't know me, my name is Sean Parnell, and I am running for Congress right here in Pennsylvania's 17th Congressional District. And I'm here to tell you that we are going to win. So for those of y'all that don't know me, who wants to hear my story about how I got right to this spot? I'm not a career politician. So I led an infantry platoon in Afghanistan at the height of the hunt for bin Laden. And before I start, I got a guy here that was from my platoon. He was my radio telephone operator. If it wasn't for him, I would have passed away on the battlefield in Afghanistan. Rob Pinholt, where are you? Stand up and be recognized. Thank you for your service. USA, USA, USA. Thank you, Rob. I learned a lot of things on the battlefield in Afghanistan, a lot. And I learned them all from my troops. One of the things that I learned, I led the most diverse infantry platoon that you could possibly imagine during some of the heaviest combat of the global war on terror. 485 days, my platoon took an 85% casualty rate. Some of my men were wounded twice, some of my men were wounded 3 times, and I was wounded myself. But when lives were on the line and we were surrounded by the enemy, I looked around my platoon and I recognized that it was black serving next to white, Northerners next to Southerners, Christians next to atheists, rich next to poor, and guess what? Democrats next to Republicans, all in the same foxhole, but we fought together because we believed in this country. We believed in the exceptional nature of America. I believe in the servant leader philosophy. In other words, great leaders work for their people, not the other way around. And I've taken that philosophy with me to lead here in Pennsylvania 17 as well. And so I was wounded, medically retired, was put out of the military, and I've been doing charity work with a charity called the American Warrior Initiative for the last 8 years, until one day in October of 2019, President Trump called me out randomly at a rally here in Western Pennsylvania to run for Congress. Now, I had never met or talked to this guy in my entire life, and so I walk off stage, right?
And we had just given a service dog to a veteran. I walk off stage, my phone is blowing up. I have 50 missed calls from reporters, consultants, aspiring campaign managers. But you know what call scared me the most? My mother. She was calling me over and over again. And I pick up the phone and I walk off and I said, "Ma, what's wrong?" And she's like this fiery Italian woman. And she goes, "Sean." And I said, "What, Ma?" She goes, "Are you running for Congress?" And I said, "Ma, no, I'm not running for Congress." And then she just pauses and she goes, "Well, the President of the United States says you're running for Congress." And I said, "What?" And so sure enough, she sends me a video of the president. He called me out to run. And so guess what? I turned my life upside down and we are winning this race. And so I'm running against a guy, you might have heard of him. I'm running against a guy named Connor Lamb. This is a guy who in his first campaign ad said that he was going to be pro-gun, even carried an AR-15, and guess what rating he has with the NRA today? An F. Guess what rating I have with the NRA? An A. This is a guy that told you he was going to be pro-life. Then he voted against the Born Alive Act not once, but twice. This is a guy, the very next day after he won, said that he looked forward to supporting the Republicans and Trump supporters that put him in office, and then he voted to impeach our great president. This is a guy that said he was going to oppose Nancy Pelosi, but he votes with Nancy Pelosi over 90% of the time. And what's worse, he votes with Ilhan Omar and Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez now. Now listen, Connor Lamb promised to be an independent, moderate voice, is voting with the most radical elements of your party, independent and moderate. It is not. It is not. Connor Lamb in 2018 accepted police union endorsements and said that he would defend the police. 2 short years later, he's marching with defund the police radicals. Ladies and gentlemen, I am here to tell you that we will never, on my watch, defund the police ever. We have your backs. We have your backs. And so, ladies and gentlemen, this job is being a representative. It is being a representative by and for the people. And I'm telling you right here, right now, if you lie to the people, it's disqualifying. And so let's disqualify Connor Lamb in November. Ladies and gentlemen, we are in a battle for the heart and soul of this country. It is freedom versus socialism. The ability to chart your own path in this life or total government control over every aspect of your life. And I'm here to tell you that I choose freedom. So every day, from now until Election Day, ladies and gentlemen, we need you in the fight. We need you to bring every person that you know to the polls. We are in this fight together, so God bless you all, and God bless this amazing country that we live in. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Sean Parnell, we might have an interview with him coming up back here at the studio in Auburn, Alabama. I'm Joe Seals. I wanted to say, in case you didn't see yesterday, the President of the United States retweeted or gave you some recognition. We will put that up on the screen really quick. There you go. So we showed the crowds yesterday, but remember, you get us to these events. So it's actually all because of you, and we thank you so much for that. We're the only media to turn the camera and show the crowds, and we've always been that way since the beginning at these events. So if you want to help support Right Side and help us get to these events, we have so many of them coming up. Another one was just announced today. We are now going to be working on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, Jacksonville, Virginia, and back here to Pennsylvania. We've got so many potential ones on the books, so hope you will be tuning in for that, and make sure you support us if possible. Just share our stream. If you can't donate, it's okay. Let's get the word out. rsbnetwork.com/donate. Back in a minute to Moon Township, Western Pennsylvania, with interviews, hopefully, with Sean Parnell and the President of the United States soon.
Hope you all are enjoying the feed that we're watching for the President of the United States, Donald Trump. We'll be out here speaking shortly. And please don't forget to like, share, follow, comments, welcome. And check out my store if you're looking for American flag with the American Eagle on the shirts and hats, hoodies, coffee mug. Please definitely check it out. Check my store out. The link's up there on top. And please, to help my show to grow and get bigger.
Hi friends, I'm Father Frank Pavone of Priests for Life, and I thank our friends at Right Side Broadcasting for the great job they do.
We're going to check out some more feeds here. Maybe, if I can get, there we go. All right. Taking a little bit to upload and everything. There we go. Kind of froze up a little bit here. I apologize for that, you guys. My system is kind of like overwhelmed. I guess it's because I got a lot of stuff going on. My boy just brought me some Fritos. I was enjoying some chips. I hope I wasn't crunching in your ear. Okay, let's see what else we got here for a minute. Till the president comes in. Definitely want to try to get back into the live show of it here. All right, let's go to the live feed. These girls are funny. I always love enjoying watching those two. I really do. Okay, let's see what we got here. Let's see. Do we want to watch? What do we want to watch, you guys? What do we got here going up? Well, let's see what's going on over here. Live protesting. See what we have here. Got some cats playing around. Really don't look like too much. Just see, we got Westland. I believe that's Michigan, Massachusetts, Concord. We got Broadcasting Network. Oh, that's where the president is, or will be. Now, Hartford, Connecticut got their talking going on. One, I guess they said it's unknown. Let's see. Louisville, Kentucky, they're showing that. And let's see what else we got. And please, you know, if you can give a helping hand that are destroying our country and the good people that got good-hearted, please, you know, donate, do volunteer work or whatever down in the South where the hurricanes are doing some devastation of their country. And, you know, out west where all the tornadoes and everything going on, or fires are going on, you know, help them out as well, you know, because they definitely need it. My phone is just blowing up. Somebody sending pictures, videos or something to my phone. That's why we got that little bit of delay. If you notice, I was getting little delays going on there. That's because somebody's sending me stuff. I'll check that out here after I'm done broadcasting. Because like I said, I want to check out some of the stuff that's going on. President Donald Trump holds a rally in Moon Township in Pennsylvania. I used to live in East Oakmont, over there by the country club, Pennsylvania. It's over there by Pittsburgh. We lived there for about 17 years. Me and the ex-wife and our 3 children. Our children are grown, of course. You know, they're out and about doing their things nowadays. Of course, you know, my boys live with me. My daughter lives with her wife down in Pittsburgh. And I missed the heck out of her a lot. I don't get to see her. You know, I saw her once, not, you know, during the summer. Me and my one boy took a trip down there and got to spend a little quality time with her. And she seemed like she's doing okay. I worry about my kids, like everybody else. We all worry about our children, right? So, yeah. So, I didn't really see much going on in our... Just much at all. Let's see here. If you know anything that good live stream that I should be focusing on, let's see. Day 800 protests in Louisville, Kentucky. Claimed before. Let's see what they're not live. The White House was on. Oh, a lot of video games players out there. Like I said, it don't get too much coverage from the news stream media, so I thought maybe, you know what, maybe I'll start doing this, you know, bringing out some live feeds about things that's going on. Just kind of keep us up to date, you know, till the big boys come out to play. You know, they got a lot. They know they have a lot. They do a lot. They know a lot of stuff. We're just going to leave it on here. But, you know, they definitely, some of these big streamers, they get a lot of big followers and stuff like that. And you know, it's, I don't want to, you know, try to interrupt that time with them, you know, them trying to do their live streaming and stuff. So I kind of stay back. Hopefully one of these days I'll get big like that. Like right now, I only have one viewer watching me. That's all right. It's probably my daughter. I haven't refreshed my messages yet. See if there's any messages from anybody. You know, because like I said, if you want to comment and stuff, if you want to do a talk show with me, you know, have a conversation talking about different things, I can put you up on show. If you have a camera or whatever, we can do all this live streaming. If you are willing to come out and help me with my platform, work on it, help me make it better and bigger, I would really appreciate it because, you know, I'm out here showing the truth, the real truth of the news and stuff. I don't go with that fake crap. I get my information from reliable sources with reliable streamers and stuff that they know their shit stuff, excuse my language, and everything.
Kenny says, thank you for the great coverage.
So right now they're just talking, saying thank you to their streamers and stuff on this here that I'm doing the right side of the, I guess it's the news, the RSB network, RSB net, yeah, network. They cover all the good news stuff, you know, the truth, and showing the, you know, look at this peaceful gathering, protest, not protesting, but, you know, the gathering for the Trump and stuff. You don't see violence. You don't see people throwing cocktails. You don't see people throwing water bottles. You don't see none of that stuff. You see true stuff that is actually going on. You know, peaceful. Everybody's happy. You know, they're in good spirits. You know, that's what we need. That's what we need in our country. You know, these people want to destroy our country and destroy people's lives and everything. I mean, I've seen so much hatefulness. You know, people, you know, bashing in people's cars and stuff, setting them on fire. There's people, you know, throwing stuff at cops. You know, frozen water bottles to rocks to everything. I mean, fireworks, you name it. At our beloved police force, you know, our police are out there. They're human beings, they're just like you are, a decent human being, and you want to sit there and wreck their lives. It's not right. And I really do hope that we, you know, look at ourselves and, you know, is this what we really want for our children? You know, to be so hateful. And, you know, I was watching last night some protesters and stuff out there, rioters, the thugs, you know, they were marching down the street and everything, and they had little kids, I mean, 5-6-year-old kids out there with them, you know, and he's teaching them, you know, that cops are no good and this and that. They're calling them, you know, pigs and stuff. You know, it's just just ain't right. It really, really isn't right. So, you know, I support the cops. I really do. They're a law enforcement, and they're out here to protect us and keep our, you know, our towns and our cities and stuff like that safe. And if you're sitting there hollering, you know, defund the police and stuff, what are you going to do when there's no one there to protect you? You know, you will call and cry for a cop when, you know, when somebody else is doing something to you, when you're the one, you know, causing all the problems, but then you turn around and call the cops. You know, it's just not right. And I showed you some of the stuff that was going on earlier. You know, that one guy that, you know, they're looking for that shot 2 officers. The fire, that guy set the church inside the Catholic church on fire, stuff like that. You know, it's just not right. You know, people doing that kind of stuff. But I'm going to turn it back over here and hear what these guys got to say, because they got more of correctness of facts than I do. So let's get back to the show here.
Because it is massive. Nobody ever does that. The CNN will show like 2 people going up to the bathroom and show the empty seats, and they'll say everybody was leaving the Trump rally. Nobody wanted to see him. Dwindling support, dwindling attendance, and then that's it. They'll shut their camera off right after that. They're fake news. But we've got to show you guys the crowd. We show you guys the crowd. That's why we got to continue to keep going to these rallies, because nobody else is going to do what we continue to do. So we're going to continue to do that for you guys. So if you would like to see that, I encourage you all, please go to rsbnetwork.com/donate. If I didn't get to read your donation yet, I will be reading a few more donations later. Please keep sending them in, guys. If I don't get to go through all of them tonight, I apologize, but just know that we here at RSBN really do appreciate all of them. We get a lot coming in, and sometimes it's hard to go through them all, but we do our absolute best, and I will do my absolute best to go through as many as I can. But I do encourage you all, please continue to help us out here so that we can give you the raw, unscripted, unedited, and unfiltered coverage of President Trump. We don't edit what he says like the media does. They'll say a phrase, and then they'll go on TV tomorrow, and they'll take it completely out of context, and then they'll run with it. And then nobody will correct it in the media because they don't really care to. They don't like him. Doesn't matter if they lie, if they cheat. I mean, that's how they make their money. But we make our money from honest people giving money to us to help us continue to show the honesty that's here without editing it, without filtering it, without cropping things or showing a few people in the crowd getting up to go to the bathroom. And by the way, the line to the bathroom is longer than Joe Biden's biggest rally. But we've got a lot of people here today ready to see President Trump speaking. He'll be speaking at 7 o'clock. And right now it's about 6:08, so we'll get about another hour before he's going to land. I'm not sure whether or not he's going to land in Air Force One. We've got a runway over there, but there looks to be a lot of construction equipment over there. We wouldn't want the plane landing on that. That just wouldn't seem very good. It'd damage the plane or the equipment, or it'd just be a mess. So he's likely, maybe he'll drive up in the Beast. He did that at the last rally I was at. First time I had ever seen the Beast, and that is quite the car. And as President Trump said, it's funny enough, the Beast costs about as much as the airplane. So that's quite a car he's got there. No fake news here. But so many people out to see President Trump right now. People, it's filling up in the back. We've got overflow coming out right now. More people than there are seats, as there usually are. But we've got several thousand here, easily. I hope we get a real head count here, but the media is probably going to say it was like 12 people. I don't know. We got to get some real numbers out here.
All right, interrupting real quick. Just look at this crowd. This is we do have two cameras here, but the camera on your right side of the screen is mainly concentrated on the overflow crowd that's going to go back inside of the hangar there. And that is already beginning to fill up, and we expect it to be completely full. There will probably also be folks outside that aren't actually allowed to get in. So just an incredible crowd here in Moon Township outside of Pittsburgh. Back to Alex.
What they do, they don't pan the crowd. We do. President Trump gave us that shout out on Twitter. I might sound like a broken record saying that, but the President of the United States give you that shout out on Twitter to say thank you, RSBN. All I can say is thank you, Mr. President. I appreciate everything you've done for us and will continue to keep doing for us here at RSBN and in America as president. But so many people right now. We've got people lined up as far as the eye can see. And like we were listening to earlier, doing so many interviews with people, camping out, traveling hours to come here today. Like, you don't get that dedication with any other candidate. Even on the Republican ticket, we've never had something like that. Back in 2016, we didn't have that with any other candidate, but we had it with Trump. We've always had it with Trump. And it's been that way this whole time. Joe Biden, we don't get that. His wife, Jill, did a drive-by parade in her car, had about 3 cars, and the audience was like 6 or 7 people. Not a lot of support there for her, I'm afraid. But don't we have a wonderful First Lady in Melania Trump? What an incredible woman. The background she came from, she's an immigrant, she became a citizen, she speaks 5 languages, and a lot of the Democrats like to make fun of her. They say she doesn't speak English, she needs to speak English better. So much for the party of tolerance. But she speaks 5 languages, something we've not had with a First Lady before, and she speaks it so well. And what a wonderful First Lady we have, and she gets so much stuff from the media, just so much negativity from the media. She's not covered fairly at all. But she is quite an incredible First Lady. So much better than a First Lady Bill Clinton that we could have had. Melania Trump, love her to death.
Yeah, sorry, I had to take a little absence here. Apparently the Wi-Fi doesn't work for me when I'm standing up here, so I had to go back there to pull up the stream again, because you guys know I love to give shout outs to the super chatters out there, and they've been coming in fast and furious. So now that I've got a little bit of signal here, I want to give some shout outs to all the people that have been donating. So we got Dragon76, thank you RSBN 2020, Trump 2020 landslide. Thank you so much. We've got Casey Creations Design, thank you. We've got Linda Oliver, thank you for your super chat. And we've got one more here that I can't really locate. For whatever reason, my phone just doesn't want to work. It's just not cooperating today, so I'm just going to adapt on the fly, and maybe I can scroll for it. But I want to thank every last one of you that donates to Right Side Broadcasting. As we say repeatedly, I know we sound like a broken record, but we have to tell you guys that we are almost entirely viewer funded. It is your donations, your super chats that send us to President Trump's rallies, which are plentiful as we are leading up to the election. We've got 41 days and counting until we re-elect President Trump, and it is critical that Right Side Broadcasting is with him every step of the way. We go all over the country. We've got correspondents. We're ready to go whenever President Trump announces a new campaign stop. And he just announced one today in Newport News, Virginia. That's going to be coming up. I don't have the date exactly because it just happened, but that's going to be coming up very soon, and there's going to be more. We've got Jacksonville coming up on Thursday, and then on Saturday, back in Pennsylvania. And your donations go a long way to helping us. So we just want to always appreciate you, especially those of you that donate via Super Chat. It's very important that I do that. So just want to say thank you. Thanks to everybody that's watching. God bless you. Make sure that you like this stream. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure you like it. Make sure you share it and hit the subscribe button and the bell for notifications so you get notified every time we go live. It's possible that we're going to eclipse the 100,000 viewer mark tonight. Last night we had 91,000. Let's see if we can beat that tonight with 100,000. Let's see if we can get President Trump to see my hat on tonight. If once we go up on the risers, maybe he'll give us a shout out during his speech. That's the ultimate form of this humbleness. We're humbled by him acknowledging us on Twitter, but we would love him to acknowledge us during his speech, that he knows that we're here and we're showing the crowd size. We're interviewing the supporters. We are not fake news. We are real news. This is why I wear this hat, and it separates us from the fake news. And they love it here. They love coming up to us and talking to us and seeing that we're on their side. We're here to report the truth. We don't have a bias other than our bias for the United States of America, our bias for freedom, our bias for happiness, our bias for the United States of America. You know, Make America Great Again is not a political statement. The media told you it is because President Trump said it, but they didn't say it when Bill Clinton said it or when Ronald Reagan said it. These people are so fake, and they're liars, and they're hypocrites, which is why our jobs are so critical now. We are restoring some truth, restoring some integrity, and some trust in the media. People that provide information. We are the news. We are the truth. We are new age media. I know that we don't always get things right. Sometimes we have technical issues and we get lambasted for it. I mean, you guys just know that we are the only news network that reports on President Trump's rallies fairly. We show the crowds. So just know that we are the future, and we're going to continue improving. Right? We're improving. So we're going to have some glitches along the way as we figure this thing out. You know, imagine criticizing Steve Jobs when he was trying to get Apple off the ground. That's what it feels like right now. Not to compare us to Apple, but we're a new company. We've only been around since 2015, and we're adapting on the fly. You know, kind of like the president, adapting on the fly as we're dealing with this global pandemic. He's still holding his campaign rallies. We're outside at an airport hangar. Right? That's what you have to do with life. In life, you have to roll with the punches. That's the way I see it. So just wanted to get that out clear there, because I do try to pay attention to the chat. I'd like to respond to feedback. If there's something I should improve on, I want to know that. If there's something we as a company can improve on, we want to know that. We love your feedback, but we want you to be a little bit understanding when we have technical difficulties. I think last week someone's like, you cut out the Pledge of Allegiance when they said one nation under God. It's like, come on, get serious. We report that. We show the Pledge of Allegiance every single rally. We've been doing it ever since President Trump's been holding these rallies. We show you so much. We show you everything, so you're getting the experience as if you are here. Imagine how many people would love to be here, but they can't for one reason or another, which is why we bring you everything, live action. This is basically virtual reality for you. It's like you're here with us. That's why we like to do what we do. So, again, just make sure that you're aware of that. And unfortunately, I still can't. Oh, wait. I am getting these super chats now. My phone's just going in and out of Wi-Fi because I'm too far from the router. But JKC said, congrats RSBN for the recognition. You deserve it. Thank you very much. We couldn't do it without you guys. We could not do it without you sharing, and sharing. Twitter, I believe, is the best way to get President Trump to notice us. Because Joe tweeted that out last night, that we showed the crowd at that rally in Ohio, Toledo, and President Trump found it and retweeted it. And I know that a lot of people flooded his mentions and said, hey, Right Side Broadcasting, they're the only news network that turned the camera around. They're the only news network that turns the camera on before you show up. And I know that President Trump watches a lot of our streams. Sometimes he watches on Air Force supporters enthused
got
to
problems
arrive.
with feed.
So in our arrival in Moon that were fired up, the crowd is jammed. I'd say 10,000 people here. I feel like it's always at least about.
Sound like he's got some technical problem, or do I
space
have it?
in here, and a lot of. I mean, look at this. Look at how many people are here. You got people sitting on the ground. You got people can barely walk through, which is kind of unfortunate, but it speaks to the size of this crowd. Look at the crowd. Right Side Broadcasting, we are going to show you the crowd. Fox News ain't going to show you the crowd. Neither is NBC News, ABC News. That's if they even show up. So please support New Age media that tells the truth. Stop supporting the lying news networks, the legacy media, the dinosaur media. We're going to show you the truth. And we appreciate your supports and donations. I see we got more super chats. Mercedes said, Trump 2020 best president ever. Emmy Hall, thank you for your super chat, Emmy Hall. Rodolfo said, thank you, keep up the great work. And we got some new members in the building. Derek Gambrel, thank you for becoming a new member. We got Hawksindum. Oh, sorry, I can't always pronounce these. But thank you for your super chat. We appreciate you. God bless you. God bless everybody watching. We are going to win this re-election because we're doing the right thing. We're doing the right thing, and telling the truth is the right thing to do, and to do it unapologetically, and to not be politically correct. Political correctness is just fascism with manners. I'm not a fan. And for those of the haters in there, like, where are the masks? We're at an open-air outdoor event, so how about no? If you want to wear a mask, that's fine. But if you want to wallow in the pit of despair and live in the fear timeline versus freedom, go for it. But maybe spend some time focusing on Joe Biden's events instead of ours, because we're freedom-loving American patriots from all walks of life, and we're not going to live in that world with you. I mean, how about you tell the liberal leaders to lead by example? How about Nancy Pelosi stop going to hair salons without a mask on? Or Lori Lightfoot getting her hair cut without a mask when she locked down her citizens, you know? Just not a fan of the lockdown. And I'm going to rebel every day of my life, because rebellion to tyranny is open.
Okay, I'm going to shut my feed off. They're having a lot of problems. I see I lost everybody anyway.
Obedience to God.
I got to do some canning. So I hope you all have a good day.
These chats are rolling in now.
Good evening. Maybe I'll come back on here later on. I don't know. See how's it going. I don't see anybody out streaming. But we're going to shut this all down. I appreciate y'all giving me the time to do this. I know nobody was watching anyway, you know. Nobody was giving their hoot about my show yet, so we'll have to wait and see what happens. So I'm going to kill that. Go here. Because the kids are playing games in there, and it's really pausing my stuff. So I'll have to do it during the week when they're not, you know, days they're not here at the house, so I can do my show. Okay. Let's see here. Try to get it all back to normal here. Yeah, I'm having a hard time, but you know, that's the way it is. Come on. There we go. All right, now I'm back to normal.